Good morning, guys. Beautiful Saturday morning again. How are you doing? Welcome back to Random Opening Challenge. And I believe this is 45 already. Yeah, we are real again and up there. I actually have seen this before, and I guess I could either live the corner or get the outside. I feel like playing a little bit more solid today, so I think I'm just gonna get the outside. We are starting off with the high eye opening. As you can see, we have double 4-5 points. Yeah, this one's a little bit harder to control. Obviously because it's really far away from the corner, but also when white approaches, the best local move is to just attach into the 3-3 point. So yeah, not the easiest to control. Probably gonna be one of the more challenging openings as we get higher. So white decided not to protect, so we're gonna exploit this and just capture the corner. This is too big because it not only is big points, but also it makes white really weak, but also made our group very strong. So yeah, after that, I think the group should be pretty safe. And we're just going to take the value under. It's pretty big. And then that's it. I guess we can pincer this now, make white inefficient here. White's also not very efficient in the middle over here. Yeah, so we're doing pretty well. Now I have a tough decision to make. I can either separate white, which would make the game very complicated, but I'm going to be consistent with what we decided over here. We're going to be very solid today and not just start any... We're going to try not to start the big fights. So now I'm going to defend the corner here and try to build this upper right. Now the reason why we gained a lot with the lower side is because both of these were white's corners, right? But we actually have slightly more value than white even after the end of the lower side. And of course, on the top, we have started with a corner, so naturally we're going to be getting a little more from those. Oh, the sun is like getting right in my eyes. Okay, so yeah, white's connected back, but we're also okay with that because we got sent again, and now we can develop the upper side. Yeah, so see, now this is the awkwardness for this corner because, wow, it's so fast. I guess I attach 3-3 now because the knight's move here isn't very good shape after we attach and pull back, right? Normally you tiger's mouth, but now you don't really have any good move. So we got to press them down, and we got to we also got the corner back. So interesting. So white's attaching on top, but white actually giving us way too much here. I'm totally happy with just taking the 4th line territory there. I kind of want to clamp because if I push, I think white's going to extend one more, and it's still a little awkward with the connection there. So I wanted to clamp this. Yeah, so this was expected. We ignored this, which means white will be able to get something out of it. That's normal. So white cuts, we're going to extend out, and then white extends, we get diagonal, and then white's going to jump out. So then we have to play moves to settle our group. I think for this I can just connect. It's not a big deal, allowing white to get in here a little more. Yeah, we definitely want to take that corner. Yeah, so that means we get sente again, so we have to decide what to do with that. Yeah, in this case we have so much territory, so yeah, there's so many things that we could do. But this is just, yeah, I'm taking the left side now because I feel like it's going to put some pressure in the middle. But also, I'm reducing the value of the left side as well. So I feel like it's going to be pretty efficient to do that. Now, in this situation, I have two decisions. I can cap and try to make white live inside. Or I can just try to develop the rest of the points. It is a pretty tough decision, actually. I'm not really sure which one is the best here. I decided to just go with the capture because it gives me local value, and it's not so easy to be getting that in this stage because everything is sort of done, right? Everything's sort of free for all at this point. So if I cap white, right, I'm gonna build some wall here, but it's not really gonna give me anything back because I'm gonna be facing a lot of white stones that are already pretty strong. I'm not sure what white's trying to do here. I guess they're trying to put some pressure on me. I'm a little out of ways to play because I feel like white's so more certainly dead. So we're just gonna kill white here, and yeah, we might get into some capturing race, but it should be fine. Yeah, we have a lot of liberties. We just play the 2-2 point here. They push, we connect. And then they have to peep there, knight's move, and then locally we're dead, but we have so many liberties, so we should be fine. So it's gonna, oh. So white jumps, yeah, we can just live here. We don't even have to fight the capture. So white peeps here, then we are locally not alive, but after blocking, we have so many liberties, so we are good. Do I push and jump, or I think I should just push and jump. Yeah, this is already dead, so I don't even have to play. I'll just fix on the outside. And everything is keeping itself together, so we're fine. Yeah, this is a bit of a weird invasion. I'm not sure what white-red here, but I have the corner and the middle is strong. So like white's basically just creating some weak group and kind of expecting it to magically work. I mean, sometimes it might, but it's gonna be pretty low chance. Yeah, because see, everything is strong. So we literally just answer all of white's moves and nothing's gonna happen, right? Yeah, so that's just gonna be the case. So I can just cap these stones now because I already played another move, right? And then I also have another move here, so yeah. I guess we can just kill this. If you've been watching this series for a while now, you'll know that the faster you play doesn't mean that the better moves you play. Actually, it's quite the opposite, right? I am looking at a jump here because that's probably what white's gonna try next. Yeah. Guess we'll have to fight that off. Just gonna jump and then Hane. Oops, I misclicked that. Uh-oh. Are we still okay here? I guess we want to exchange this. Huh. This looks like it might be a good move. I want to jump first because I wanted to make sure that we don't have the other cut. So white gave that to us. White responded. So white has to connect now, right? And then we push this. Oh. This also doesn't feel like it's Sente. I can turn. And that entirely fixes this problem. I don't know why white didn't really exploit this, because I was a little worried about that after the the misplaced move. My connection was a bit weird, but I think after this we should be fine now. So now white connects, but that's like too late. Yeah, because with the jump we fixed the cut, right? So white only has 3 liberties, and we definitely have more than 3. Actually, we have exactly 4. So we're actually winning just by 1. So white extends, cuts. We can actually extend once, but at this point it's just increasing number of moves of this game, so I'm not going to do it. But yeah, but this game is done and dusted. The stories of this game has to be in the beginning. I think white just gave too much, especially with the peep here. We just settled the corner so easily, and then with the jump it allows us to settle, and white even answered the second push. So with all of our groups so solid, and making all of these points, yeah, it just made the game so much easier for us. Yep, and then the strategy we did this game was playing peacefully, but also playing quick and efficient. We managed to take all the corners and build an early moyo that we cashed out early. We cashed into points slowly. Okay, awesome. So let's continue and see what we get next. I don't even have my randomizer. Random number. I just usually Google it and do 0 to 8. Oh my god, we got 7 again. Okay, I guess we could have continued, but let's do it. And our opponent's actually playing a double 4-6 against our high eye. Well, that makes things really interesting. If they saw this video, I think they'd be quite amused. So I don't know if that's their regular opening or they just happen to play it because we're doing it. We're doing 4-5. So that's quite funny. Okay, very aggressive invasion here. So we actually have some reading to do. We can either block or extend. Now, since I'm clamping here, guess what am I planning? So since I clamped here, I'm making the top stronger, right? So I was planning to extend up instead of blocking, right? If I blocked, white's going to hane and likely connect back to their group. But now I'm making the middle, my group stronger, so that was setting up for the more aggressive extension here. Because if the fight was going on, then it's unlikely that I would be able to get extra sentes here in the process. So it's always good to get them early while before you commit to something, right? Okay, so after that, what can white do? So after this Atari, there's no way out. So really, it's more likely for white to cut here. Okay, so white directly connected. Now, do I have this ladder? I actually have this ladder, awesome. So actually if I connect, there is no clamp because I can descend, and if white cuts weak, I can just ladder everything. So we've got that covered. So now white is forced to live inside, which is going to be a terrible result, right? White lives in Gote, and the outside is so strong. Did I not read the ladder? It's like totally something that I would do, not read the ladder. We are 18 out of 20. So after this game, High I is only 1 away from going to 7. So that will be... I'm actually not looking forward to that. Playing High I against 7 Dans. I guess it's doable, but it's going to be a lot more pressure for sure. So I guess my opponent realized that they misread the ladder, and now they're probably swearing in front of their computer. Oh, okay. I guess they just gave up. All right. Well, that's fine. We'll take the game. All right. All right. That was a quick one, but that's fine. We get to generate our next one, which is 446. Alrighty, here we go. Let's start out with 446. We actually have many games at 7 Dan. This is the 6th game. So very interesting. And we've been holding up. So 5 wins. Yeah, let's see how we do. So we can pull back or Hane. I think I want to try Haning this time. And then double Hane. Or I don't really play this that often, but okay. So white's capturing us. I'm thinking of just leaving that because I have a lot of options here. I could cut, I could attach, do the news to Suji. I can even descend, right? So I think I'm gonna just leave that and continue. Seems decent efficiency here for us. It's like a one space jump, and then white went in really into the corner, right? So I think that's fine. And then we're gonna attach here. So in this case, I think I'm gonna choose the one space here. I don't want white to do the shoulder hand and attach and settle. I want to keep white weak here. So this version, I have a decision to make because white's gonna fix, and now I need to fix my own cut, right? So if I play the high move, it's gonna leave a weakness under. But also it doesn't feel very ideal for white to be pincering on the side because the value here is low. So I still decided to choose that one. I want to put more pressure in the middle. So white fixed, and now we just fix ourselves, I guess, too. So the upper left is pretty much finished, and white defends the corner, and I guess I can defend my corner as well. Yeah, what do I do here? I don't really know what to do on the top. I was trying to think what would be the best. If I directly attach, I think white's gonna most certainly turn. So I didn't really see any good move there. Yeah, also don't want to leave the top weakness there, so I'm gonna finish the top there. Efficiency wise, I do feel pretty good because the top left, we got 2 moves, right? But both of our groups are actually doing a lot. I actually almost have 20 points just from those 2 groups. But if you look at white, white only has this, right? And especially since white spent that extra move there. This one's also a little weird. My natural instinct feels that I should just answer, but I feel like this is not that easy for white to deal with when I cut white. Oh, is there a good ladder breaker? Oh, darn. I didn't really think too much about that. Yeah, if white plays a ladder breaker, it might be kind of awkward for me. Yeah, okay. But white chose to extend, so that's not going to be a big concern for a while. Yeah, I do have to come back here, though. So now my top right group is feeling a bit cold. Something might happen to it. But I guess it's not that big of a deal also, right? Because, you know what? I'm just going to finish. I'm going to add a move here. Because I still have an attachment, but I also have a knight's move. Yeah, and this way of killing is really not that efficient. So I don't feel like it's that threatening. I don't know if my judgment here is correct. So knight's move should be not any loss. And then I want to attach here later. Yeah, I think I'm just going to keep expanding here. It does feel kind of good for white since white got the upper right corner, but it was actually one of my weak groups that I have a lot of problems with, right? And if you count the points, it's about a 20-point capture, which is a lot, but I think like throwing away a weak group here and having a lot of forcing moves there for that 20 points, I think it's quite reasonable for black. I don't think I can allow white to directly capture this, so I gotta make this exchanges. And then afterwards, I guess I have a decision. Do I jump or allow white to kill these again? I feel like I'll be pretty efficient if I just play a knight's move here and just take the entire lower right. But then I also feel that I'm giving a little too much here. Wait, so white answered this way, so that actually allows me to escape. So I'm going to finish this off, and then if white takes this... Oh no, that's actually such a bad idea. Because white's obviously going to fix the top right. But no, actually that should be fine, because I was planning on sort of sacrificing that anyway, right? Yeah, I think that should be fine. This attachment is a little late, so I don't see this being a good move. Whoa. Interesting. Yeah, white's definitely trying to gain a little bit here with the deadstone. Makes a lot of sense. I think there shouldn't be too much Aji. Because if white cuts, we can just extend there. So we're definitely... Well, actually, I can also fix in the middle. Which one's better? I guess this one's not that clean because, yeah, I'll have some cutting points there. Or I can just connect. Oh, it's a tough decision. I don't know which one's cleaner. If white cuts now, I have to extend. It's always the most awkward when there are multiple solutions and they all work. And it's really hard to pick the right one when everything feels like they work. Yeah, that was one of those situations. Again, now I have a lot of possible moves that I could play. I think I should still honey though. Yeah, I don't want white to get too many forcing moves here in this local area. Yeah, maybe it's not that great because now I'm kind of giving white the forcing move. Oh, if I extend, I'm going to get another Atari, so I can't. I have to capture. But it's okay. The lower right is fully done. There's not going to be any more... I don't have to worry about it anymore. So this trade is pretty reasonable for us, especially that we got that Atari there, right? Oh, okay. I don't really have a good threat here. But I feel like I should do something locally. Take some value. But it does sacrifice the entire center. Another tough decision. Do I want the outside or the corner? Okay, this does feel a little slow now because I'm gonna get the first move here. And I'm gonna get the first move in the center to save my stones. I have a tough decision to make. If I want the center stones, of course I'm gonna give up the clamp and escape move. I do feel like controlling the center is gonna be bigger now. So I did this asking move to check where white would play, right? And white decided to connect, which means now if white kills these, it's gonna be already a bit smaller. So that's already gonna push me towards the other solution of just saving the middle. And I think that's what we're going to go with. Yeah, so this is a good move. But I'm going to have a lot of centes here. if white doesn't answer, my Atari is going to be Sente. It is awkward shape. I don't have a good response. I have to just pull back. Then my exchange is actually so bad. I don't know what I was thinking there. I just have to continue to settle the middle. Make sure it doesn't die. Yeah. In terms of points, we're definitely doing really well, especially after the lower left, because white spent an extra move just to capture that ko. I don't want to just mindlessly jump, because if I get peeped out, then my group is going to be kind of weak. Yeah, I didn't want to start a ko there. Yeah, so after that, I can just continue, escape. And I should be able to send a push here as well. This feels like a really weird move. It's like helping me connect. I'm not sure why white played there. This one I should be able to just give to white. It doesn't feel like it's that big. Okay, so now what's big? This push or knight's move, very big. I really don't want white to cut here, because it's going to start another ko, and I think it's going to make things awkward. So I just fixed that. If white turns, fine, it's just a big move. I can deal with that. I guess I'll save the center if white does that. Oh, white pushed, so that means I get to play some sentes against the middle group. And jump here first if white tiger's mouth. And then this actually looks like it might even die, to be honest, because it only has one eye from the like in the middle area. Oh, there's a, oh my god. Oh, but white didn't do it, so I can peep here. And I can push here. This is totally gonna die, isn't it? That's gonna be so funny if we somehow just killed this middle. It's big risk, but it's gonna be so funny, so we're gonna go for it. Just for the amusement. I think it's gonna die. I mean, how can I save it? There's no there's nothing else that I could get, and there's a missing connection, of course. This is the main factor here, right? White has to connect here, so even if white goes into the territory, into our territory, oh, well then it's obviously for sure dead, right? It's one eye, 100%. Okay. So I'm not sure about that move. That's like a reverse sente 3 only, because the connection is sente. All right. Okay. But yeah, the connection was sente, so it wasn't a big deal. Yeah, I see my opponent is a mobile user, so they probably just closed the app now. That's fine. We have some time to review and see what happened. Oh no, they didn't. I thought they rage quit, but they honestly disconnected. I mean, given the fox behavior, I think it was a valid assumption that my opponent was actually honorable. Yeah, this upper right Joseki actually worked really well for us. My opponent added an extra move there to finish off the aji, but it actually ended up being very low value, so we managed to take many opening moves, which seemed to be the theme for this whole episode. We've been just playing really solid and fast to make efficient shapes and take big points whenever we can. And that allows us to establish a lead because we just take very big areas in the opening. And with that, we're allowed to play really solid and just make even exchanges, which gave us the lead and allows us to keep the lead. All right, awesome. So let's see what we get for the next episode. Okay. I really like that because I know that I'm only one away from 7 Dan. So next episode, we're going to have a potential 7 Dan again with high I. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, drop a like, leave a comment, and I'll see you in the next episode.